Let's get started in Agent 3000, and we would access our Agent 3000 program inside of the Miami Gateway. It should be between the first 3 rows. So mine is right here. This is the Agent 3000 website. Once you click on it, you will automatically launch into Agent 3000. So click on Agent 3000 so we can go ahead and jump into our dashboard. In this class, we are going to be covering the website, leads, and the reporting. So if you haven't taken the previous other 2 classes, this is the final class of the series. So in the first class, we cover all-in-one marketing. So all of the marketing that Agent 3000 has available for you and the free aspect of this account, everything included in your membership is covered in Agent 3000 All-in-One Marketing Part 1. Part 2, we go over the CRM, the different campaigns, and the video emails. So if you want to see those after you've seen this class, they are available in your Miami Gateway. I'm going to click back into Miami Gateway. You guys can stay here on the dashboard. I'm just going to point out that we have Miami Realtors Live right here on your dashboard, where we have different trainings available for you and already recorded by the Miami trainers, as well as the rest of the education department. So those can be found here. We also have Agent 3000 courses that are also available on the Miami Trainers YouTube channel. So I'll point you in that direction before the end of the class, but I did want to show you that you have that available if you wanted to see the other classes. To get started in today's class, I want to bring your eyes to the top right corner where you're going to see contact information for Sean Summers. Who is Sean Summers? He is the mastermind behind Agent 3000. He's also your support guy and the owner. So he gives us access to his Facebook, so you can follow Agent 3000 on Facebook. We have his email address. His turnaround time so far has been fantastic. So support at agent3000.com is that website or that email address where you can contact him directly. And we also have his cell phone number. So you can go ahead and give him a call. You can text him. So if you have any issues with your website, if there's something that you're not seeing or the setup, you can go ahead and reach out to him and he will call you immediately. His number here is 239-728-1152. On the top right corner, we have our webinars. So aside from the Miami trainers giving you a series of different webinars about Agent 3000. The next step, you can go ahead and deep dive under different topics of Agent 3000. So here you have those webinars on the top right corner. We also have to your left on your menu bar, we have webinars. If you click on the drop down arrow, we have our webinars that have been scheduled. So if we click on here, the webinars will always be available on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you click on agenda, you can go ahead and scroll through the different topics. So he breaks down one topic at a time and he kind of deep dives in there. So if you'd like to see these are the live ones. But we also have pre-recorded. So right underneath the webinar schedule on your menu bar, click on recorded webinars. Take a look at the different pre-recorded or recorded webinars available for you. The last class that he's suggested to us to let you guys know about is number 16. We have how to create a Facebook lead ad from start to finish. And he goes into detail about how he purchases it, how he boosts it. So if this is something you're interested in, this is the highlight from the reel that he's suggested. Okay, so today what we're going to go into, I'm going to jump back into dashboard really quick and let you know kind of the sections that we're going to live in today. We're going to live under website. Initially, this is where we're going to get started. I'm going to click on the drop down menu. We're going to go over the agent website and the setup process. So what I'm going to do is kind of flip from the settings to my website so you can see what we're setting up, and I think the best way for you guys to see it is visually. Then we're going to go into the content list. We're going to briefly speak about the blog and your options there, the slider images and our quick links and how we can feature properties. We're going to talk about the market trends, how to access testimonials, and we're going to briefly speak about the Idx embedded codes. So we're going to do content, websites, and we're also going to be talking about reports. So let me just find the reporting. So here's reports. I want to show you where we're going to be clicking so you can easily follow me. So basically it's going to be website and the menu, and then we're going to jump into reporting. Okay, and then towards the end, or maybe towards the middle, depending on the flow, we're going to drop into automation. Those are the 3 sections that we're going to be into. The first 2 sections are part of your paid, I guess it's called the full package, the $20 a month that you have the website, the reporting. Some of those reports are part of your membership. So whether you have the upgrade or not, you can stick around and just see what those features are, or you can follow me along and start setting up your website. Let's jump into the website. I also want to make you aware we do have a chat. So this is a recorded class. This is a recorded class. I'm going to do my best, I promise, to answer all of your questions. I'm going to stay after the class so I can answer more of your questions. And as I see them pop up, I'll do my best to try to answer them as they come. But if I can't, I promise I will get to you. I will also submit my information so you can contact me, give me a call, text me, or email me with any of your questions. I'm here to help you. If you've never taken a class with me before, my name is Christy Denny's, and I'm one of your Miami trainers. I'm super happy you guys can be with me this afternoon. Okay, so under websites, I do have a few things open up here. I don't mean to have so many things open, but as I click through, I think it'll start making sense. So under website, we're going to click on the drop-down menu, and we're going to start with set up the website. So let that load, and it's going to be the back end of your website with some instructions. So he has added for us a how-to video. So if you're in here and you're by yourself and you couldn't follow me along today, you have this pre-recorded, but most of the sections also have a how-to video. We're going to start right at the top, and that's basically entering the name that you want to use on your website. So I wanted to show you right over here. This is basically the name. So as you look it up, I'm not sure if you can see the name right at the top, but it's going to be yourname.listingspy.com is going to be the name of your website. You can change that. This is basically the top. It's christydenny's.listingspy.com. That is the name of my website. So when you're inside, right over here, you can name it whatever you want. Most agents go ahead and they use their first and last name, but this is up to you. You can name it whatever you want. On the next section, you have choosing a template. So if I click the downward arrow, you actually have 5 templates that are available, but in reality, you have 5 and 4 that you can really use. The template that I'm using at the moment is number 5, but you do have 4 that you can use as well. Okay, the difference between 4 and 5 is that 4 is going to have different pictures kind of rotating on my main page instead of just one. So if you look at my website, I just have 1 picture. In the other one, you'll have 3 photos. Okay. Our next section. So here you can choose a template color. I have black. I'm going to actually change it to something kind of loud so you can see those changes. I'm going to select pink, scroll down to the bottom of my page, click save, just so you can see where that pink is. So if you change the color, let me scroll back up. When you change the color, that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to click on here and refresh my page. And you can see where all the pink is. So going back into Agent 3000, we've just changed the template color. So when you change the template color, I changed it from black to pink. It's going to change all of your menu items. It's also going to change the background of those menu items. Okay, so you can change it. You can take a look at it. This is going to be pink. This at the top will be pink. The advanced customized search. You can see the outline has also changed to pink, and any of my kind of links, they'll change. And also these little, okay, so I wanted to show you this color so you can see all of the things that will be turning the color that you suggest. Okay, so I picked pink. Wherever you see the pink, that's the changes that are going to be made. And that's right here under choose your template color. Here we have the option to change the image. So my image right here on the top of my website is this picture, the city of Miami. I can click back and change this. So I can either choose to remove it or I can click select image, and I have all of these options that are available to me that I can change my website. Right, so I chose this one, but any of these are fine for you to change and update. You also have the ability to choose your own file to upload into the system to go ahead and add it in. Okay, I'm going to click choose file. You can go into your computer and you can pick whatever picture you'd like for your background. So I'm going to click close. This is a way that you can do that. This background color, you have different options. I believe it's the white in the website. I've changed the colors and I couldn't see where that change happened. So in all actuality, I think that background color has remained white just because it'll hold the integrity of the website so that it looks clean and it looks nice. So you have the option here. I haven't seen it reflect on the website. And I think it has to stay in white just so that it looks very nice. So we have our kind of some names here. We have the default page title. We have a meta description and we have meta keywords. So how this works is basically whenever you search inside of Google for a website, the meta description is basically a short little description about your website before the person clicks on it. And they've created this just to prompt people to click through the website. I opened up an additional tab right here so that you can see what that looks like. It says Christy Denny's Miami Association of Realtors, and then it has that meta description right here at the bottom. When I'm searching for myself on Google, it says Christy Denny's is your Miami trainer. So when you go back in to Agent 3000, you see it says Christy Denny's is your Miami trainer, Christy Denny's Miami Real Estate. So that's where that's going when you update these phrases. Okay, then we have Google Analytics. Let me close this out now that I finished with it. We have Google Analytics and Adwords. So Google Analytics is a way for you to track the actual activity that's happening inside of your website. It is free. It's on google.com. He's actually linked for you that account. So you can click on google.com, right? And it will go ahead clicking start for free. We're not going to do that right now, but if you click start for free, I promise Google has made it fairly simple for you to go ahead and create that link, which will give you the statistics of what's happening on your page. How many people are jumping on it? How long are they staying on your page? Is it 20 seconds, 30 seconds? Actually, a good ratio or a good timeline for somebody to stay on a website is actually 3 minutes. Okay, so that's Google Analytics. You can get into it. It's a little more advanced, but I think it's fairly simple for you to include it into your website. I'm going to exit out of that and move into AdWords. AdWords is an additional third party that has worked with Agent 3000. So he's done a great job of kind of incorporating different providers or third-party vendors that can help this website create better SEO and better performance for you guys. So we have the AdWords account. It's a third-party provider. I linked it right here at the top. This is basically AdWords. If you want additional information about this, I'm just going to put it on the website because the Google Analytics, I'm going to press paste. Okay, that's basically the address to AdWords. I'm going to close this out and jump back into my Agent 3000. The Google Analytics is already linked for you. So here at the bottom, you have IDX lead capture settings, and you have a few questions and auto email responses that you can do over here. The first section, you're basically making a decision about how many times can a person surf through my website, look at a property, preview it before I capture their information. So he did put a recommended number of somewhere between 0 and 5. I think 0 is kind of tight. They're not able to see how the website works. But if somebody's on your website, they're looking for property, they're searching and they've selected a property and they're looking through it and whatnot, you're making the decision of how many properties am I going to make them look at before I request their information. So I think a good number is anywhere between 2 and 5. So at least give them a little space to explore and see the kind of product that you have before capturing their information. I put 3, but you can put anywhere between 0 and 5. That's what you're answering here. Okay, so here we have automatic information once they've registered to search your property. Right? So if I click on here, I have created some automated campaigns. I don't think these campaigns are good for a person who's recently going to be logging in or registering into my account, but we did do campaigns in Agent 3000 Part 2, and we teach you how you can create your own campaign. Once you create a campaign specifically targeted for somebody who has recently signed up for your IDX search, then you would be able to add it here. Moving down, we have auto email response after property search registration. So here I can go ahead and click on my downward arrow, and I can go ahead and click on your property search. I'm going to click on this one, and now every time somebody has registered to see property and use my website, they will receive an automatic response. On yours, if you haven't set it up yet, it's not there. So I'm going to teach you how to set this up, and it's going to be under automation. So if you move your eyes right over here using the drop-down menu, we do have under auto email that option to set it up. And Sean has actually put together some options for us that we can read. We can simply go, we have your property search, we have just curious, are you an investor or a home buyer? And then we have more properties than Zillow, right? So it's an automatic email that they would get. And these are just some ideas, but you can create whatever you want. I'm going to go with more properties than Zillow. I have the verbiage here. I'm going to click copy or copy email, sorry. I'm going to scroll down, and that information is going to be here for me. I can review it and I can edit it however I would like. I can add additional information about myself. I can add my logo. I can change this verbiage if I would like to. Once I've copied that email, I'm going to click on the word save. It says successfully saved auto email response to your database. That's perfect. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to go back, right? I'm done here. I'm going to go back up into website where we were, website setup. Okay, I'm going to scroll back down to where we were. We were right here under email responses. And when you click the drop-down menu now you have both. So you see this one was created June 16. I just did it right now. I can go ahead and select this one. And now whenever somebody registers, they will receive this email. Now we have a third option. This is SMS Response, okay? And that's also created and done under automation. So I'm going to do the click on the drop down. Here's your auto SMS, but I'm not going to click on it because you need a Twilio account in order to access this. So if you'd like to send out a text message or for them to receive an immediate text message once they've registered with your registration, then you can go ahead and access Twilio for further assistance. He's gone ahead and linked that right in the system. So this one at this time, if you don't have a Twilio account, we can't use, so I'm just going to move forward from there. Scrolling down, we have our IDX property search default values. That means that it's set up at 150,000. When a customer is searching my website or our websites, the minimum price is 150, and then we have default cities. So the automatic default city to look at property inside of my website is Miami, and the default property view is map. So now that we know what our defaults are and how they're set up inside of the back end, I'm going to go to our website so we can see where those are. So clicking back into the website under search, you can see if I click on location, this is the default city that we suggested or inputted into the system. And right here, this is the minimum, right? That's on there of 150. And again, right back in here, you can change this minimum amount. You can also change this city. And then how we're looking at it is in a map view. So here's your map and here's your properties, but you can change that view. So here's map, what we're looking at on the top right corner of the website. We can also click grid. So if you would prefer this view, you can change the settings on your website to show a grid view. And then you also have the option, if you would like, for the default view to be list. Okay, so whoever's searching your website can look at it however they would like to if they use these features here at the top right corner, but you can also set that default from map to grid to list, whichever one you would prefer in the back end. And here these are, if you click on that drop down, you have map, list, and grid. Okay. Moving under our smart lender co-marketing section. If you're working with a lender, if you have a mortgage officer who does all your deals, you like working with him, you know he's going to get the job done, you can input that information right in here. You can put in his office number. So if they're looking at your web page, right, and they decide to call this guy directly, you know, perfect. They registered to my IDX. They're going to call my mortgage guy and he's going to get back to me because we're working this together and he knows that he might get somebody that's interested in buying through my website. So you have this here. I would have a conversation with my mortgage broker and just make sure that that's understandable and that you guys kind of have an agreement on how that's going to work. Scrolling down, we have a single feature property that we can feature on our website. You can pick any property on the MLS. All it would need is an MLS number. So you do want that MLS to start with an A, and you also do want that MLS to come through the association. So you want it to be on our system. Simply go into Matrix, go home, right? And you would search as regular, whether you want it to be a single family home, a commercial property, a business opportunity, whatever you would like. All you would need is an MLS number, okay? I'm going to show you on the website what that looks like. So going back to my home page. So I'm here on my home page. I'm going to scroll down so I can show you where the featured listing is. It's right here in the middle. Okay, so I took a property, I put in the MLS number. It's going to have the featured property information. Some of the remarks will also be included, and they can scroll through the pictures right here. We have an MLS number, and if I click to view property details, it's going to open up, that property for me, or whomever is looking at that property. My cell phone number will be available here. Property details, amenities and interior features and exterior features will show. They'll have access to my map information of where it's located, and they can go ahead, send me information that they're interested in more information about this property. You can send me a message. They would also probably receive, I'm going to ask, but I think they would probably receive that registration email. They can also share. So they can share it to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and they can email it to a friend if they want. And we have our legal notice to make sure that we're nice and safe and that this is an IDX website and that we're okay to send. Towards the bottom, they'll have my information as well. They can click for a free home valuation. They can also sign up for new listing alerts. Okay, so that's a featured property. I'm going to go back to the settings area under single featured property, and I'm going to go ahead and just input any listing. You can only put one, by the way. Now going down under YouTube Embedded Code, I had actually opened up a YouTube so I can show you. They're asking for the YouTube Embedded Code, not the regular link. So when you share it, I'm going to click share. You see this is a regular link. What they're looking for is this embedded code. So you would click on this, copy. This is the best way to just copy it. Close it out. Go back into your Agent 3000 and input that embedded code right here. You can also add additional verbiage about that video that you chose. Okay, so I chose one of these new commercials from the National Association of Realtors. They're doing kind of like a campaign to motivate consumer activity with agents. I think they're a fantastic campaign. I wanted to pop it into my video. Now, if you pop your YouTube video in here and you did everything correct and it does not display on your website, that is perfectly okay. You did not do anything wrong. The website at this time is not showing the YouTube video. So we have gone ahead and contacted Sean to see where it would populate. So I'm going to go back into my website to show you where that video would normally be placed if it was publishing correctly. So I'm going to scroll down. And that video would be right here above market trends, okay? And lastly, we have all of the links to our social media. So you want to go ahead and update the links to your social media, your Facebook page, your YouTube page, LinkedIn. You have Instagram here. If you have a Skype, you want to go ahead and put it in here. We have Pinterest. We have Twitter. So if you haven't set up any of these social media accounts and social media is not your thing, we do have a class for you. It's actually a 4-part series about social media. I know Maggie and Robert teach it. They do a fantastic job about teaching social media. They really go in and do a deep dive of all of it. So if you want to set that up and you want to know kind of the hacks and the tips and tricks to it, look up the social media courses. So these are here. Once you finish setting up all of the changes and you know what's what and you like it, you can actually click here to view your website. And then once you are satisfied with what you have, you can click save. Okay, I'm going to click close. This is basically setting up your website. I'm going to review it once again to see if I missed anything. Yep, we covered everything. I see I have a few questions. So before jumping into our next section, which is actually the content, I'm going to go into the questions. So let me just take a quick look and see what I have. Do you need permission to put the listing? So for the featured listing, since it's happening on an IDX feed that is your website, you do not need permission. You are sharing. It's on an IDX. Select any MLS that you would like, and you're good to go. So I have here a question from George. What about the logo? That would be under your settings button. You have your information to input all of your details. You also have a section up at the top to input your logo. You also have a section to input your photo. So if you want that information on your website, you can find it right over here on the green button, and that opens up your settings. Question, can you add this website to your personal website? Yes, you can, Zaida. You can add your website to this website as an exterior link, and we're going to get into that in the next section about contact. I have a question from George. Quick question. If we have a domain already, can we still use it, or will it always be the domain .listingspy.com? If you have a domain, guys, you can go ahead, contact Sean, and he can update that information, walk you through that so you can update the domain name. So if you have something like georgesellsmiami.com, contact Sean. His email address is right here at the top, support@agent3000.com. You can go ahead and send him that domain information. He's going to ask you a few questions, and he'll set you up. And then we have our link. So I think I answered everybody's question. Are we ready to go into the content? Yes. Excellent. Thank you, Michelle. We're going to move into the content of your website. Again, I'm going to stay a little bit later. If you want me to go over anything, I'm here for you guys. Okay. So on the side, we have content. We already set up our website. So the next, right under setup website, click on content list. This is the content list. We have a how-to video regarding content. We also have a how-to video to edit. This is basically showing how you can add an additional page. So if you wanted to add a page, I kind of got an example for us here. I pulled my Proxio Showcase web page. It's not a website. It's more of a web page, but it's nice and clean. If I scroll down, I have different properties, pre-construction properties, and developments that I would add to this page. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this link. If you're interested in accessing this page or creating this for yourself on Proxio Pro, Proxio is at no additional cost for you. It's part of your membership. We have a Proxio course that's available, and you can grab this web page if you would like to. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to jump right back into Agent 3000. I'm going to click on right here at the top where it said new. This is in order for me to create a new page, a menu item, or an external link. What we're doing is an external link right now. So I'm going to click. I'm going to select that it's published. That's the automatic. I'm going to click on external link, right? I'm going to do a menu title, and that's going to be title, newest projects in Miami. My external link, I'm just going to paste it in here, and I'm going to click save. Okay, now it has been added. Let's see where it's been added to. It's right here. So now I have an external link that I can add. I can also change the order. So what you have here is the different menu items. We have seller, buyers, instant home valuation, blog, about, and newest projects. So I'm going to go back into my website so you can see where that is. I'm going to refresh. Okay, so you see you have home, sellers, buyers, instant home valuation, about, the newest projects in Miami I just added. Okay, so you can go ahead and access that now from that main website. So if you wanted to link, right, any of the properties or the two websites, you can go ahead and link it here, okay, as an external link, and it's right here. So going back into Agent 3000, I'm going to do it one more time. Simply click on New, click External Link, go ahead and put in that link, name the title, click Save, exit out, and that'll automatically move to the bottom of the page. Now, if I wanted to move these around, I can. This is the menu, and then right here is the drop-down menu. So this is the main menu, and then the different information under what you have under sellers. Okay, so if I wanted to move about, I would simply just kind of drag it to wherever I want to. So let's say I wanted to start with information about me and the newest projects in Miami. I can go ahead and do that. You can move them in any order that you would like. And let's say you were reviewing the information and you want to edit it or make some changes, you can do that. So under sellers, for example, I'm going to click on the little paper and the pencil. This is, I'm just showing you how to edit a page. So clicking on here, you have the information of sellers. This is a title. So you can go ahead and change that if you would like. So if you don't want it to say sellers and you want to put something else, you can. Close. So what I really meant to click on was on home valuation request that actually has more additional information that we can look through and edit. So I'm going to click on this one as an example, and I still have a valuation. I need like an article. Here we go. Why use a realtor? Okay, so here's one of the articles that are on here. Why use a realtor? Some of the additional information that they have. They have 13 reasons why you should. So what you can do on this section is you can bold it. You can add additional pictures. You can add more reasons why you use a realtor. That means that you can go in here and kind of change all of these pages to kind of format it in a way that you like for it to look. And then once you're satisfied with it, then you can go ahead and click on update. Now let's say this is a page that you're not really into. Why use a realtor? I don't want to use it. You can simply uncheck publish, click on update, and now it says unpublished. So that is no longer part of your website. Why use a realtor is now gone. It's not deleted, but it's unpublished. So if I wanted to go back, I would simply click on the edit page button again, click on publish at the top, click update, and now it's back in. Now, if there's certain pages that you don't want at all and you want to delete it, just simply click on the delete page. But if you click on the delete page, then it's gone, you know. So I think the unpublished is a better bet. So we know how to move content, we know how to add content, we know how to edit it, and we also know how to delete it. This is your website content, free range for you guys. You can work on it and customize it however you would like, okay? I'm gonna click Save Menu Order since I've updated my site. Click right over here, click on Enter, and you can see that they've changed where my About was and my newest projects. They're down over here. Okay, and then over here, any of that social media information that I inputted would be on the top right corner. Okay, this is your content. This is your content list. If you guys have any questions before I move on to the next section, the Proxio Pro site that we just added, it is free to add. So we're going into our blog section. So you do have a blog section here. Mine is unpublished. You can go ahead and edit it and publish it if you're kind of maintaining your own blog. So if you have a blog and you have an external link and you want to add it in, simply unpublish it using the edit button and add the external link, and voila, you have a blog. You also have the option over here under blogs as part of your menu. So you can click on blog and you can go ahead and add blog posts. So you can click on new. Okay, you name the title of your blog. You input whatever blog information that you'd like with a picture. You can create a category or add or edit your categories and then add those meta descriptions that now we know what that is with our meta keywords. So you can go ahead, add information to your blog, be the expert in your area, and a great place to find information about real estate is the association, right? So I'm going to exit out of blog. I'm going to quickly jump into the website of the Miami Association just to show you that you can go in there. They do a lot of work under news, and you have information about South Florida market intel, market focus, you have marketing stats, news releases, right? So you have all this information, Miami in the news, right over here, Miami Herald Leaders column. So you have different videos, pictures, information about what's going on at the association that you can post or you can review, do your own spin on it, and go ahead and do a blog post. So that's over here, and you have the option of creating your own blog. Now under here, we have slider images. Slider images, I don't have on mine the multiple pictures, but basically what you're doing here, if you set up your default website to the fourth option when we were setting up the website, you'll have those sliding pages or those sliding pictures. Here's where you would upload those 4 pictures. Okay, now we have quick search links. Quick search links are basically, I mean, it's self-explanatory. They're links that have already been created with the criteria in mind. So if I go into my website, we're scrolling to right over here under most common searches, you have your quick link guides. So he's created some for you already. You have golf course condos, waterfront condos, and yesterday before the class, I created this one, Doral Estates, which is a certain neighborhood. Okay, so if you're interested in Doral Estates, here they are, but you can input these different common areas or common searches in your website. I'm going to click back into Agent 3000. You can name your link. You can create the parameters if you'd like, bedrooms and bath. You can set a minimum or a maximum price. You can do maybe a foreclosure special that you just want to show the different foreclosures in the county of Miami-Dade or in Broward. You can look for short sales if you'd like, or you can select different commercial properties. So you're basically creating a search based on the type of real estate that you're very active in. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the page where I have Doral Estate and all of the other searches that he's created already for us. So for example, if I click on golf course condos, I'm going to click edit. And you have the information here. So he's put in the name, no max, no, nothing like that. And he's just added residential condos, right? And he's named it. Under golf, he put yes. So very simple. You can go ahead and do maybe poolside condos. Maybe you want to do waterfront. So the option is up to you. And you can do different communities, subdivisions, okay? And that's available. So I'm going to click submit. We can close. And this is basically how you can create different searches on your website, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, under featured listings, we have 2 lines. So here he's kind of set this up for us. You can edit it however you'd like. So you can set up your minimum price and your max price. Like for example, maybe you want to leave this blank. You also have the option to input multiple listings, specifically your own. So let me show you where that is on the website so you kind of have a visual. These are our most common searches that we went over. Scrolling down. Now we have our featured Miami condos, right? This is the first row. And then the second row is our featured Miami homes. And that's what we're looking at right now under this section in the website. Okay, under featured listings, this is row 1 and this is row 2. So you can go ahead and put in whatever name you'd like, featured Miami condos, or you can swap them if you'd like, simply by changing the criteria, our minimum price, our maximum price. You also have this available as well. So if you don't want to show all of the properties and you want to show 5 properties that are your own listings, or 5 properties that belong to your team or your office, you can go ahead and input those MLS numbers here. And then right over here, if you'd want to put your office information, right, you would contact Sean and he would just input the office listings, right? So you have that available. Under agent, if you want to put your own listings, you can go ahead and add your license number. Or if you have a team, right? If you have a team and you want to add all of the listings for your different teammates, then you can add all of the listings for multiple team members under here, and those would be the properties that are featured. Also, you have the option to select property type. So if residential condos are not what you want to go for and you're more into commercial, commercial properties, then you can make those changes. Okay, you can also change the status. You can also create additional cities that you would like to input. You also can do by zip code, counties, communities, or areas. So you have a lot of playroom here and an ability to customize what you feature on your website. Featured listing 2, same exact thing as featured listing 1. Moving into market trends. Okay, I don't mean to go so fast, but this is from 1 to 12, and I just want to get all the information for you guys. And then afterwards, we can stay for, for questions. So we're under market trends now, guys, under website. So here, if there's any additional cities that you would like to show, you can go ahead and select whichever ones you would like simply by clicking on the city. Okay, so let's say I want to put in Coconut Grove. I just click it, Cutler Bay, Doral. So you can put in any additional cities that you would like, and it's going to show the first 8 cities on your website if you leave this blank. Okay, so that's a simple kind of click through whichever ones you would like. Click on the word save. And then when I go back down, under market trends, this is what I'm selecting. These are the cities that I'm picking with the information. They're right over here. Okay, going back into my market trends, we have a how-to video up at the top. Moving into testimonials. As that loads, I'm going to go into my website so I can show you where those testimonials are. They're right here. They scroll through your page. I only have one. and it's the one created by Sean. So if you have any testimonials, they're easily added to your website. They can also click on See All Testimonials, and they can be guided into a page where it's testimonials about you with your contact information. So testimonials are fantastic. That's basically like your online, I guess I had verbiage for that, but it is like a security blanket. Like other people have used you, it went great for them. I think it could go great for me. So these are super important. Pull them from Facebook. If you had a good text message, if they sent you an email, just ask that person, can I input your testimonial, and add it to your website. So I'm going to click here. Remember, we clicked under testimonial. It loaded, and this is what it is. So you can simply click new testimonial, put in their name, put in their information, click close once you saved it, and then it'll automatically be placed inside of your website. So this is your testimonial section. Moving down, we have Idx Embedded Code. So if you have another website and you want to work with this one, you want to use the external link, but maybe you have it all set up on the other website, this is $20 a month, and a lot of the bulk of what some of our agents are paying in website is for this, the IDX the link, the IDX feed is what the bulk of the cost of the website is. So if you want to go ahead and use this IDX and paste that or work with your other website, you can give those coders or that company these links and, you know, maybe take away that price that you're spending on the additional IDX on your own custom real estate page. So I know it's anywhere between 50 to 70 bucks that agents are spending on IDX. So you have that IDX embedded code, you have the mobile friendly version that you can use, and you can add it to an existing website that you have. Okay, so now that we've gone over all of these different areas on the website, our last section is reporting. So I'm going to click into reporting towards the bottom. Here we go. Here are the reports. We have agent ranking reports. This will only show your ranking. Okay, so if you want to see all of the other agents, it's not going to populate here. It's basically going to populate where you are, right, in the date range that you select in comparison to the other agents. And you can rank yourself based on volume, okay, based on sales or listings. So if you're a listing agent or you're a sales agent, you want to see kind of where you fall in our memberships, like where you fall. There's 50,000 at the association. You want to see where that is. Then you can go ahead and input that information. If you want to customize it to even include property type, city, zip, counties, and areas. So if you specialize in a certain place, you want to rank yourself, and you feel like your ranking came in high, this is a great marketing piece that you can use. And if you're competitive, this is also a great way where you can kind of see where you are in the market. Okay, you also have production statistics available for you. So this is a great tool to see where your production is at, and you can go ahead and create your timelines, your statuses, property types, right? And any additional information that you'd like to put in, it's going to pull your information. Since I'm not an agent and I'm not tied into the MLS that way, I can't pull it, right, to show you, but you have that information for you guys to be able to pull. Now we have area sales comparison. So this is a place where you can basically compare two areas at the same time. Okay, and you can basically go ahead and select the property type, the time, date range, right? You can go ahead and select whether it's waterfront or not, golf access or not. And if I click down here, I can go ahead and select a zip code, an MLS area, or communities. Okay, I'm going to click zip codes, and I'm going to compare 33133, and I'm going to compare 331 3033, one at a time. Okay, and 33175. Okay, so I'm just picking two. I'm going to click submit. I'd have to select a property type. I'm going to click residential, click submit, and now we have a comparison. Okay, so basically to use this reporting, you need multiple zip codes or whatever zip codes you'd like to compare. So let's say you want to compare the 3 zip codes in Brickell. You can go ahead, assign the different zip codes of the Brickell area, and then it'll create the zip codes. It'll give you the amount of properties sold, the averages, the medians, right, for different times. It's going to compare May 2020 through June 16, 2020, and then from this year to last year with the totals of 2020 and the totals of 2019. So if you want to pull this report and you want to have this information, you can go ahead and do so under area sales comparison. So steps, so you don't mess up, is click a type of property, click a date range, select zip codes, or use the drop down to select different subdivisions, communities, or cities. You can also use MLS areas. If you don't know where to find MLS areas, you can find them on Matrix under help. There's a map section, and we have maps that show you all the areas broken down in Broward and in Miami-Dade. If you want me to go into that after the class, I can. And then to finish up, we have the absorption rate. So you can go ahead and select your report date range, the sub property. You can create a price range, whether it's waterfront, Gulf access. You can pick a city, or you can pick, again, those zip codes, whichever zip codes you'd like. Another option is an area. Simply click on submit, and it'll give you the absorption rates in this section. An absorption rate is basically how much, property you have on the market. So the absorption rate for condos, we have 12.76 months as the absorption rate. That means based on how the market is performing, it's going to take us 12 months to sell all the property in those zip codes if the MLS stopped completely taking on any new listings. That's basically what the absorption rate is. And with that, that is Agent 3000. Part 3, you guys are now Agent 3000 experts. So if you've taken all of the classes, we know how to market, we know how to we manage our CRM, create campaigns, do video emails, we've customized our website, and we know how to do our different reporting. Okay, so that is what you have available here for you guys. Towards the bottom, touching on automation, we did touch on these two, right? We did our email. We know we need Twilio for these. DoYourRealtor.com website. I'm going to click on this. DoYourRealtor.com website. Most of it is already created for you. All you need is your NARDS number. You would log into your dashboard on Realtor.com. Simply click on here and just like put it together. You know, just run later. Put inside your information for Realtor.com, because you can generate leads that way. And when you input your website, simply select this email address that you have at the top and input it as one of your emails. So if you get any incoming leads from Realtor.com, which is free, by the way, it's part of your dues and part of the National Association of Realtors. It tracks your testimonials. It's a great site. You can add it here. Add this website or this email address. So if any leads come in through Realtor.com, you can go ahead and get that access, and they'll come right into your website. Okay. You also have Zapier. So if you work with Zapier, it's another lead generating website. You also have information about MailChimp, Facebook leads, Follow Up Boss, Zillow, and any Agent 3000 contacts. You can go ahead and put them all together using Zapier. Okay, so if you use Zapier, you have that option here. Okay, that's everything, guys. That's Agent 3000. And I'm going to stick around for some questions if you have any questions. But I hope that you guys like this class. Have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned a lot. I'm going to be having the class at 2:30 in Spanish. I'm going to go ahead and close out this meeting. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being Miami members, and I will see you soon.